Hi, my name is Jason Gossett, and we're here again for week 6, or the week 6 interactive advanced concepts presentation. So this week, looking at a video, it says to create what's called a pasta rocket. Pretty much we're going to be mixing hydrogen peroxide in this basin jar, which I've put a hole in it and put a penne pasta noodle in there. And then we're going to mix up just some active dry yeast in the hydrogen peroxide. So with mixing those two together, should release oxygen, which is O2, which is inside the hydrogen peroxide mixture. And by mixing those two, it releases that O2, and the only way to escape after putting this lid on the mason jar is through that hole of penne pasta. So with that said, when we light the pasta noodle on fire, it should sustain the fire because fire needs two things, right? It needs fuel and it needs oxygen. So normally your fuel would be maybe wood and then oxygen in the air to keep that fire going. However, here, the noodle can be considered that fuel. And the oxygen is coming up through the noodle, so that keeps that fire sustained. I will say I tried this earlier, and we're just going to delete that video because I put, I think, a little too much hydrogen peroxide in, and the reaction of the hydrogen peroxide and the yeast started foaming up through the noodle, and it kind of ruined the presentation. So I'll go light on the hydrogen peroxide on this one. So with that said, we'll start out. So I'll put just a little bit in there. And I kind of mixed it pretty hard too, so I'm not sure if I mixed it too hard. So I've already cut open the yeast here, and we'll mix in and fairly quickly try to put this lid on. So you kind of already see it foaming. Get that lid on there. Try to mix it up a little bit. Make sure that the mixture is good. And it looks like it's foaming up pretty good, so now I'll start the fire. Getting that noodle lit, and you can even see, even already, just like last time, I'm already getting foam kind of coming out through the sides. Let's see. Just not wanting to light that noodle. Well, not every experiment works. So what I would say is maybe the limitation on this, I followed the video description that was given as an example. He said to use a small mason jar container. Limitation could have been that, maybe using a bigger one so that the foam or the reaction doesn't explode up through the lid. Other thing is I maybe didn't hold it down tight enough to where the oxygen or O2 was able to escape through the sides. But either way, what should have happened was, like we said, fire sustaining in that noodle, with the noodle being the fuel and the O2 releasing through that hole. So again, not every experiment works the first time. I'm sure if I tried it a couple different ways, using different factors that may have been limiting factors in this one, it could have worked. But either way, good to see that, and see that maybe next time what I would use is a bigger jar. Thanks.